My life was spared that day due to a series of coincidences.
More and more people started coming in with more injuries. And it started to become apparent that this was a very serious situation. My name is Erin Lashmar. I'm a tutor working with Tutors International for the past 4 years in Italy.
We're riding 800 kilometers through Thailand for Hands Across the Water in support of their 20th anniversary since their inception after the Boxing Day tsunami in 2004. I woke up early to go diving and took a taxi about an hour up the coast to Top Lamu Pier, where I put my dive gear on the vessel and was ready to go out to sea. A few minutes later, the captain appeared on deck and said that the engines weren't working, and could we all just go into the nearby cafe and wait for the repairs to be made.
And I turned on the TV, and the BBC informed me that there had been a tsunami that had hit Thailand and Sri Lanka, and that it was the two areas of main impact they understood at the moment to be Phuket and Khao Lak. And at that moment, one person had died. And I remember thinking, that seems unlikely, that it would just be one person. And then I realized that while I was in Phuket, Steve was in Khao Lak.
I sat right on the harbor wall, talking to people and drinking Cokes, waiting for the boat engine to start. All the water in the harbor started rushing out. We stood on the shore, and then there was a cry that spread like fire through up the coast, and people were saying 5 meter wave, 5 meter wave. And there, off in the distance, you could see this bubbling wall of water that swept over the pier, which was about 500 meters further down. So we knew it was massive. I turned at that moment to run, and a gold Toyota Hilux came around the corner, and the driver said, "What's going on? What's all the commotion?" And I said, 5 meter wave is coming, like run. So we pulled up as many people as we could into his truck bed, and he hit the gas and sped up the road, which ended up running parallel to the beach. So as he sped up, the wave just kept washing closer and closer to the road, and eventually washed over the road in front of us, and the truck diverted, and we jumped out and ran to nearby buildings and quickly scaled the buildings and climbed up onto the roof, where we waited for a number of hours until we felt it was safe to come down.
So Hands Across the Water is an Australian charity that was established by a man called Peter Barnes, who was one of the first medical examiners into Khao Lak, which is where Steve was that day and where we returned the next day. Immediately in that aftermath, Peter had established a home for a lot of young children that he saw living in a tent around the area that the mortuary had been set up. Hands Across the Water have developed into a broader charity that, as well as supporting the tsunami hit communities, also support other communities in 7 locations. They have established homes for children, but they also have agricultural work, nurseries. Many young people have been supported through university. Several of the young people have graduated in medicine and business. So it really is a grassroots organisation that is supporting young people for as long as they need.
We'll be riding along the coast where the tsunami hit, from below Bangkok to Khao Lak. We'll ride across the peninsula and over a mountain range to get to the Andaman Sea coast.
So this is the biggest ride that Hands Across the Water have ever organised. They are collectively aiming to raise $1 million.
The ride ends at Ban Tan Nam Chai, which is by Khao Lak, which is the site of the first orphanage built after the tsunami and where we were the day that the tsunami hit. So it's a highly special place.
We haven't really been able to go back, so this is the first time to go back, and to do that as part of a charity initiative feels like pretty much the only way. I am not 26 anymore. And to be able to do this and to remember that many of the limits we put on ourselves are self-created. Tutors International made an extraordinarily generous donation towards my personal target. And for that, I'm extremely grateful.
We continue to seek donations and encourage everyone to Google Hands Across the Water and support their work through one-off donations. Thank you for your support, and we're excited to embark on this journey for a cause that means so much to us.